because here I just finished from level wave 28, so I'm going to try wave 29 with this new build. So useless.
Too much clutter.
Let's put the currency this way. And yeah, let's try if we can beat our previous record of wave 28. So I still have 5 portals left, so I think I should be able to finish 29. But let's have a look. Oh, yeah, so for 29, I'm not this time, which may be the deal breaker here. Yeah, should I try again with this setup? I could change the setup a little bit by removing the stone golem. Well, let's just keep it as this.
When I'm ready, I'm not
So I could use divine blessing plus another aura to see if I can change it a little bit. I sort of don't want to change the build well to the middle of the way. This build actually feels worse than my previous skeleton mage, which would do level wave 28. Reason being, I'm the only one who's tanking all the damage, and it's very scary. It will cannot initiate leeching in time, and it feels very stretchy. I don't know why the golem fights so quick. I was hoping my golem could help it behind something. Did I summon the problem? I thought I did. So the problem is right there. skeleton mage that at level 29 all my minions just die instantly, so that I cannot tank damage, I cannot do that.
I need more mana.
It's sort of like this stone golem. But if they're going to boss an iron, then the idea is to use the golem and the single attack damage, and that should be doable. I don't know why it's not happening, but my variant of this build is to have no crits from enemies. What is it? I think I should be able to do it. That's why I sort of don't want to risk it. Of course, there's no way for me to have another layer of rewards, but 4 seems to be a heavy ticket. So now we are in a better position for our heroes. Skeleton mage. I would say a little bit slower, but at least now we can fight the last wave. I don't think I should start picking up the let's just start at here. Oh my god, I'm still alive. But now it's like the golem can't do much at this stage. I'm gonna get away from here. But I don't want to deal with everything. Oh no. Is there a trash mob? I need them for this. Oh my god. What do I do? Should I move like, oh, why am I not remembering? I really hope I don't have to fight both of them at the same time. My golem. I think I stole it. Where's my golem? No. That is very good. My golem is up and the god is here. So I should be in a good spot. And now we are going to do the 7th boss. So I think this is the harder boss, mainly because I don't know the mechanics of it. I don't know the channeling movement, I don't know how it works. It seems like it's okay to just face like this. The idea is that his spell first damage will be like this enemy, and then this oh, I don't know how this move works. And then melee attack should be like forward by my golem. I this is Cremation Necromancer, which is the second popular build on for the meta, other than Skeleton Mage, of course. The idea of this build is to use mainly 2 special gens. Deal a huge amount of damage and a lot of bleaching, and then that is how you keep yourself alive. I will explain how this build work later after I finish it. Pretty sure I'm going to finish it. I think I have how many times I did on mine? I died twice, so should be 2 or 3. Okay, 4 rewards. 4 rewards is not too bad. If it's a Skeleton Mage, even
whether you like it or not, I'm not going anywhere.
okay. So this is how this build works. So you need the Phantasmal Cremation to light a pile of a corpse that's created by the Phantasmal Unearth. So the Unearth will create a bunch of corpse. So it does nothing by itself, but you can use a Cremation to light it up. And the Phantasmal version will create explode the corpse to do damage, and this is how this build works. So basically, you cast this Earth first and Cremation, and then you don't have to do it again. You can just cast an Earth, and then the summon the corpse will be exploding by itself like for a while. When it stops, you just cast a Cremation again. So the defensive layer depends on very high armor. Basically comes from the chest. So because of the chest and the determination, defense banner combo, it has more armor than the normal builds, like using a flash crafter, for example, and it has 25% of elemental damage from his taken as chaos damage, and we are using CI build, so that is 25% less elemental damage. So even though I'm using a budget build, this is super cheap, so I'm using a budget build, but still we were able to face tank damage with a relatively low resistance thanks to this armor. And there are kind of some variations. So this variation says if you have a magic ring, then you will take no extra damage from critical hit strikes. So which essentially the defense layer that provided by the Blessing Dome. I think this is really important because most of the time you die because of burst damage, and there is no pathogen that can help you from the first attack of a critical strike, and that could be from some random hugely buffed boss or some just map minions all of a sudden, yeah, I think I think it's a looks good on paper, so I tried it, and it turned out to be pretty good. I'm not going to sell my Chaos Getaway, and I think actually I may, so this is a little bit overkill, but still Energy Shield is always great because as you just saw just now, you want to maintain a very high health pool to be able to tank damage so that you can reach it back. So we have several nodes that help us leeching the energy shield back. I think not this. Where is it? Yeah, we just took a lot of masteries because for this I just try to play the build and see like how far I could go. I didn't really know that I was able to clear wave 30, so I definitely would take this at least and to like cut the tree from like nodes here and there and put it and use the cluster jewel to burst more damage, or like use the small cluster jewel to increase the energy shield. I think there's a better one than the nodes you have here. What else? So yeah, that's pretty much it. So flash of the so this is all this has the potential to be to replace this with more resistance, so that I could use the crapped flash to have more capped and the purity of eyes. I think to run purity of eyes, of course we need to remove the snow golem, which is just for testing. So I was thinking of using the D1 blessing aura and to boost some offense or defense, but of course would be better is to use purity of eyes and purity of elements if I could get it to work, with another like higher level enlighten and better ashes of star. So if we have like a more capped elemental resistance, I think we should be able to like focus on boosting getting more offense. So like all these skills, like they can be cut and use the cluster jewel, I think. Yeah, I can't even refund this. So I can refund this, I cannot refund this right now. Can I refund both of these? No, just one. Yeah, that is pretty much it. And yeah, to have more damage, there's something like it's actually pretty hard to roll 3 green and 1 red for this helm. And if I could do that, I could move down the determination and put it together with enlighten and use the. So this is empower, enhance. So with enhance, we can have more health for the generated corpse, and that is more damage. So while I was clearing the wave 10, it was not super fast, but not super safe. But still, this is like pretty cheap build. So when I put them together, I think it should be like less than 20 exalted. So I'll keep working on it and make it a proper build that can handle do it more like stably, and maybe sell it for like 80 EX or something. So yeah, so for this build, it's actually very similar with Rachel's Fire in terms of like cleaning. Damage is fine, not super fast because Rachel's Fire was DOT, and this is there's a cast delay. So usually you just cast this and this and you go away. So there's cast delay, not super fast. And the zoom is pretty like small, so which means you will have a hard time to fight the Legion related contents. But for like arena related contents, even for like Blight, I mean not the Blight map, haven't tried the map yet, but for the normal Blight content, there is no problem doing it. Doing the Blight most of the time, and if you set up your tower correctly. So So yeah, the reward is not super good, but it's not bad either. I think I will like try more on this. Oh well, I'm going to try to sell this build as is, but still I'm going to like try to improve it, because it's actually pretty hard to sell builds. A lot of people, they just like to try new builds, and there are less people to just I'm just taking the build for like to pay a premium, and then like to so that people sort of help me to put things together. There are fewer people like this, so I think I sold Absolution, and it was really good for bossing. And Absolution, I think it's a similar with this build, even though it's a caster build, and it's not with like a longer range, but still you need to like stand there to keep doing damage for bosses like Maven. So I do stand for Maven. I'm pretty sure like this build will have no problem handle Maven. And I sold the Wretched's Fire, which I built for Cirrus. Again, I'm not very good for mapping, and but it's still pretty fast. So the Spark Inquisitor, I haven't sold it yet. It's so far it lacks it doesn't do huge damage, so I think I will keep working on that for a while. Skeleton Mage, really good for mapping, really good for all contents, but stuck at Sim Wave 28, so I sold it. And by the way, that's also very good for Blight maps by nature. And then that was my first time trying to CI build, which is kind of like have mixed feeling about that. So unless it's a build like this, which take the advantage of CI and energy shield and leech, so you put them together, you are super tanky. So then they paid it off by itself. But for like Skeleton Mage, if I take damage, basically I have to walk away and then regen and kill the recharge star. So that doesn't feel good. Yeah, what else did I sold? I think I just sold these three. So I still have this, I still have the Spark Inquisitor, and I still have the Trapper, which is super good for like fast mapping and everything. But yeah, no one. But the problem is Trapper is that it's a mapper build. You can't like build it to be a super tanky way. So I think it still has very decent armor, like I forgot 30k or something, and capped resistance and 100% suppress. But that's pretty much it. Nothing amazing. So by using low setup, you cannot like doing like crazy contents like wave 30 or something. So, and yeah, for rewards, I don't think it's too bad.